Hello everyone. This is the third problem in the oh my god, I'm stammering. Introductory section in the CSES problem set, repetitions. So you're given a string and that string consists of four characters. And the number of characters doesn't matter in this question, but that's just to keep it simple, I guess. Now your task is to find the longest sequence of characters where it's repeated. So basically, let's look at this input. A, T, T, C, G, triple G, and A. So A, T, T, C, triple G, and A. And now, so the length of this is 1 because there's only one character and then it's not repeating again. So length of this is 2, and the length of this is 1 again, and the length of this is triple G, right? I missed one G. But yeah, assume this is a G and then A. So the length of this is 3, and the length of this is 1 again. So what you're supposed to return is the maximum among these. So here that would be 3, right? And that is just it's one for loop, one loop, and then what we can do is we can have a variable called as count. Now initially count will be set to 1. So whenever uh, so here we check the next element. Now if this next element is not the same as the previous element, we don't increment count, we just set it back to 1. Now, if it is same as the previous element, so we increment count by count plus 1. So that is count plus equal to 1. That's what we're going to do in the code. Yeah. So let's write this. So define solve. Now our input is a string. Uh, okay, in Python it's just str. Okay, and then our output is an integer. Uh, so let's say n is the length of the string. Now for every character in the string, uh, so for I in range, um, length of the string minus 1, and we need to start from the first index because let's say this is our input string. So the index for this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we start from 0, there is no element before 0 to check. So we start from the first index up to the last index, which is n. This is exclusive, so we have to write n here. So that would be iterating from 0 to size minus 1. That is what this range function does. Okay, and then let's have our result, which is the count. That is not the count. Count is the number of consecutive characters together, and our result is initially 0, right? And now what we're going to do is if s of I minus 1, the previous element, is equal to s of I, then we increment count by 1. Okay. And whenever we increment count, we can also set the result to either the previous result, if it's greater, or the new count. Whichever is greater, that's going to be the new result. And then if it's uh, if if the previous element is not equal to the current element, right, then the count will be equal to 1. So we have two cases. The first case, previous element is the same. Now in the second case, is different, right? And then after that, we can just return a result. Uh, Now we have to take the input. So let's look at the input format. It's just a string. So let's say our input string, call it that, is equal to input. Now we just have to print whatever the result is, the solve function. So let's take this input string. Now let's check if this works. Um, let's get rid of this. is the string, copy it, and the result is 3. Just what we need. Now let's submit it and see if that's the right solution. So this is CSES, drop key, third block. Okay. Okay, we do have something wrong. Where is the wrong? Okay. User output. Okay. Yeah, this is a mistake. So our result can initially be 1, assuming that, uh, yeah, the number of alphabets is always 1 or greater than. So we can either do that or add the same statement again here, but that would just be repetition. So I just chose to do this. And now if we submit, it should be fine. Yeah, perfect. So that was the solution. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.